still can't see my face. My face is showing.
All right, continue line. So we go to payables now. So two things we are going to do in payables. So let's do two of them together. Where's payables? We have payables here. Do we have the enough space? How do we do this thing now? So it's equal to, because we didn't even leave enough space for it. So it's equal to minus
19.
19. No, okay, so minus this for payable, and then I can say plus this other one, right? So that it will just be 19 there. I think that will give us 19, yeah. So that's the minus 19, and then we'll go to our receivables now. So go to receivables. So this is equal to
Seven one minus.
Debit return is supposed to be the profit for debit.
Yeah, cost very cost. No. When that profit, that's not the cost of the cost of there's no way to check profit. It's not profit. You have to find profit loss.
But one of these statement of financial position.
Yeah,
Statement of financial position.
so it will so it will read length. We're reducing profit by so reducing length by so profit loss. Then you do have to cost it. Yes, you have to put cost of sales. The cost of sales if you don't because financial position. Now I'm thinking of what's happening. How do we treat this? Now the subsidiary had a gain of 700, right? While the parent had a loss. So the parent's loss should be charged to group retained earnings, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why they separated it. While the profit, we will take, the group retained earnings will take 75%.
75%.
Okay, but there's also
then the NCI.
Yes, but the issue now is that this is from the beginning of the year, but we didn't have it from the beginning of the year now.
Beginning of the year, so we have to prorate. Wow.
That's now wow? That's a serious wow. I don't know why. Why do I want to do that? That's not very stressful. Did they tell you that we should assume that it is happening evenly over the year? That's making our lives very difficult. But carry at their fair value at this, and then at the end of the year, but you did not own the subsidiary throughout the year. So why do you want to take? So you should only 6/12 of that. Then what's happening to the remaining? The parent now owns 75% of it. Nah, I don't see how that will work. I don't see how that will
go to ACI.
So our accounting entry now, no, but the remaining doesn't make any sense. NCI did not have, it don't make any sense that we should give the remaining to NCI. So what we'll do now is, this is the gain. So we have debit. So for the gain now, so for the loss, first of all, so for the loss, we'll debit the group retained earnings, because that's for the parent, by 700, right? 400 rather.
Yep.
400.
And then we'll reduce our so to parent, so 75%. 700. And that is bold and underlined. Experience now. Yeah. And then we go to share of post acquisition. This should have been on top. So I don't mind. There's no need. Don't worry. So it's equal to, and we go and pick that figure from there. That's the parent owner, Abi? Right. Is that fine?
It's fine.
Let's go.
They have
Right,
given
what
up on
about
me.
the movement
In what?
what about that movement in fair value of plant?
I've carried it. We have taken it.
You carried it. Where
Yes.
did you put it?
I'm coming.
Minus it.
So the movement in plant, where is that? That 25 is only the at reporting. We've taken it to PPE 25 minus.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what's remaining now? What's remaining
What
now?
happens to this 5? What happens to the 500?
The 500, we have shared it between parent and NCI by putting it inside this fair value of net assets.
Okay.
If we are not doing this, that's why we say that the fair value of net assets is that's the main work we're doing. That is that's what they call
Oh, Mr. Brian, remember, you said you are going to indicate that it was depreciation.
Yes, I will. I just know that you're very tired, and if I continue writing these things small, I'm about to frustrate people. So let me just try and rush. I will do it. I'll do it, even if, whether in or out. So now I have my two consideration. I have my total consideration. So here now I can now come and do my fair value of net assets at acquisition, Abi. Whether you like it or not, just say let's be going. So it's equal to that figure now.
You're tired.
So it's equal to that 11,000 at acquisition. If you just you don't need to copy, just try and just follow it a little. After maybe at 5 a.m. when you wake up, look at it again, you'll see that it will make some more sense. I agree that you're tired and it's the first one. So just push small. So the fair value of at acquisition, that's what we are taking. That's why we said that our goodwill is the purchase consideration plus the fair value of NCI minus minus our fair value of net assets. You see? Yeah. So that fair value of net assets, that's why we calculated that fair value of net assets. So we have that figure. From here, we can get our goodwill easily. So therefore, goodwill at acquisition will be equal to the sum of everything. So it's equal to the sum of all of them. So we can drag from everything. That's why we did all this work in the first place. So we have that. And that's our will. Now we have our impairment. What do you know about impairment in this question?
Impairment, maybe you will less it.
How much is our impairment?
You say you're working for impairment.
225.
400.
No, they said
Yes.
there are no impairment losses within the group during the year.
The impairment we did there, was impairment for the financial asset. That's not for goodwill. Our goodwill impairment is nil. They told us there's no impairment.
It's new because they said there's no impairment.
So that means our goodwill at acquisition will be the same thing at our goodwill at reporting. So we have that figure. So that's our goodwill at reporting. And we can carry that and carry it to goodwill. So we go upstairs to goodwill. And this is the first time we have consolidated. Finally, you must have one thing in your answer for consolidation. I'll come back to say that emphatically in the future. but that is when you've consolidated now. So we have that figure, and then the rest of it is cleaning up and going home. So we have everything that we need. So we can go down to NCI. We can do our NCI now. So fair value of NCI at reporting. Our fair value of NCI at reporting is the sum of everything. So it's equal to sum. And we drag that one. So that's our.
Are you sleeping? Kingsley, are you sleeping? Okay, I know you're sleeping.
All right. And then we have our group retained earnings. So our closing group retained earnings, we can just come is equal to 1. We can sum that one to sum and drag everything down. So I'm sure we'll put the negatives where the negatives are supposed to be. If not, this thing will not be correct. Share of gain, share of post-acquisition profit, yes. Impairment negative, unrealized profit negative, profit for the year, fine. So we have everything. So we can come and start taking our figures now. So let's make sure we have everything. So ordinary shares there, share premium there, retained earnings. So our retained earnings, we can come to, where is it F or G? F, right? So F. So our retained earnings. So retained earnings is equal to, and we just go and pick our figure. So with NCI, and we're good to go. So retained earnings, that figure. So that one goes. I can just.
Mr. Brian, how many minutes are we supposed to use to answer this question?
If I were doing this thing alone, I'll do it in like 25 minutes or less. If I was not explaining anything to you, I would have finished this thing. I would have done 4 questions by now. So you will just practice. It's only practice. As you continue practicing, you'll be surprised how fast your learning curve will be for this one. For those people that know what's up, learning curve. Okay. So it's equal to NCI now.
Everybody has gone.
You said what?
I think people have gone though.
Yeah, it's fine. They have gotten what they need to get now. That's the important thing. Okay, so we're done. I don't think there's any other adjustment to make, is there? PPE, goodwill, we've taken goodwill. We have done where the fair value of net assets should go. We've taken our goodwill to where it should be, right? We also have our NCI there, group retained earnings there. The rest of them were workings that we threw in immediately we finished working. So we don't have any business with them. So we can come and close, and hopefully this will not worry us. So it's equal to, so I'm doing for all of them now, this one, there are a few additions. I think we need to, and please, what I wanted to tell you, and please, even though you're tired, one of the things I want you to remember is, please remember that in the exam, they expect you to add across. That is what consolidation is. So add across. That's wrong. This thing is trying to scan.
Okay, straight line.
You must add across, but you don't need to add. Don't add going down, but add across. You get what I'm saying? That's what consolidation is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people are trying to spoil it for boys. So I went to add the wrong thing. I went to add the empty box. Please, when your village people try and do things in the exam, beg them, because I don't know how I added the box that wasn't there. If you saw what happened now, it would have been funny. So it's equal to, so this one too is equal to the sum of that figure. Okay, is Esther still here? Josephine is back.
No.
Okay, so this one too is equal to, so we're just adding everything. It's equal to the sum of that figure, those 3. We have that. I hope with rush, I'm not going to make any mistake in this summing. So this one is equal to this plus, I could have done that now. Yes, now. There's a way to do that thing. I just wasted your time. Sorry. Next time I won't make the mistake again. I could have dragged it. And it would have
Just add the 3 cells and drag everything.
Yeah, I would have dragged it. I wasn't concerned. Maybe me too, I'm tired.
But village people, they find you too.
All right, they are trying to waste our time in this village. Oh. So this one is equal to
Or
that.
if you drag it, will this formula show?
Yes,
Yes,
it will show.
no.
It will show.
Yes.
It will show.
Okay.
So next question when we're doing it, I'll
The
drag it.
88, you know,
But the only problem I'm
like this
having with it
88
is
now.
when we want to do the total, it will now start giving us stress. If you have dragged it, do you understand what I'm saying? If you drag it, then when you want
Yeah,
to
I
put
get
the total, it will now start showing you that line. It will not agree. It will not do that total because it has already dragged. Except you only drag the asset, stop before the total asset, and then come down and drag the liability and
And
equity.
life
Do the first line and then
yeah.
drag them again. If not, it will not work.
Yeah.
All right, so we're done though. So some we're drag this, close, done, and then finally this overdraft. There was no overdraft in the other one. Where did we get this?
No, just
Okay.
just for
Just for
subsidiary.
the subsidiary.
Okay. All right. So that figure is as it were. All right. So we can come and get our total assets and compare it with our total liability. So moment of truth have come again now. Man, the place are you?
Don't worry.
Some. I should worry you because that last one is still paying
Everything.
now. Still paying me up to now. So 14, 142, 100, and then we go to our total. Except if we've made a very careless mistake, this should work. So we go, that's equity. I hope we added everything we're supposed to add to. And then that's the close. So 142, 100. Beautiful.
I told you not to worry.
You are now the Ojion inside this place. So.
Yeah.
You're now the
Yes.
jazz man. Okay, all right.
I just need to sleep, so the jazz must work.
So you just push the thing. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, Ella.
Shebi, if the subsidiary sells to the parents and there's
I
still
would explain that
unrealized
in the future.
profits,
Yeah.
there you calculate for the NCI too, right?
Yeah, you will now share for two of them. And you can actually throw that one. You can throw it into this fair value of net assets. If it is subsidiary selling to parent, you can just throw it here to share. Just like how ACCA was asking for the depreciation. If since it's inside this fair value of net assets, then you've shared the depreciation because you're still going to share 75-25 by the end of this day. So once you throw anything that is supposed to share for two of them inside this fair value of net assets, it will share for them automatically.
Okay.
So there'll be some things like where you have subsidiary selling to parent, then I will throw it here and it will share for two of them. But if it's parent selling to subsidiary, then it's only the parent that should suffer for it. So 100% will go to the parent. So when our hand starts getting stronger, I'll start incorporating or emphasizing some things that are outside the question. Today, I've really pushed you in telling you a lot of things that are both within this question and outside the question. And I'm very grateful to you. I'm very impressed by your ability to still, even with all the pressure, to still stay awake and alive. So it's looking good.
You've now indicated that depreciation.
Yes, I'm going to put it now. That's what I want to put.
Please, I have a question, Brian.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I know back then in school, we are told that it's very important to balance up your account while you're solving.
Yes.
And sometimes while you be in exam hall.
It's not important. Let me answer your question before you even ask it. It's not important to balance your account in ACCA. They are looking for method. The reason why I'm balancing this account is because I'm in class. In fact, at no time, I told you earlier on, consolidation means you should add across. But please don't add vertically. Nobody asks you to add total assets. That's why you see me, I don't even do total equity and total non-current, total down, total. There's no mark for it. And it will worry you because when you come now, if these figures did not balance, you will start looking for how to adjust it. As you're adjusting it, you'll be adjusting life out of your answer. Because the one you think is wrong, sometimes is the correct one. So nobody's marking anything. Nobody's marking any of your adding, all I just want to see is that you added, first of all. So by the time you do goodwill alone, once you've added, once your goodwill answer is here, whether it is right or wrong is not important. I know that you've consolidated. The rest of it now, I'll start looking for, where did you get this 25 from? So if I click on this, I see M22. I look for, where is M22? And then the marker will go to your M22 and say, oh, did you do the right thing? Even if the figure is wrong, maybe you put, instead of putting 22,500, you put 25,000, maybe another zero entered inside by mistake. I'll mark it correct because I see that you understand what you're doing. But if you not show me how you got it, then I can't give you any mark. If you did the calculation on paper and came and dropped it for me, I can't give you any mark because I don't know how you got it. But if you had shown me the process of your getting it, even if you made a mistake, I will only adjust that your mistake. Maybe subtract half here or there, or just give you the full marks. That's how ACCA is marked. It is marked by method. Nobody is interested in your answer. Your answer will not get any mark. Your total asset no get mark. Your total equity and liability no mark. Your total profit no mark. Nothing for any of those things. What they will mark is, did you put this 25 here? Did you calculate the 25? Did you know that the 25 depreciation of plant should go here? That's the important thing that they're marking. So nobody is interested. It will take you a very long time before you will get to where you can do a question and you will get 142, 100, 142, 100. And that's not what we're interested in as at the time you're entering the hall. What you're interested in is you can see inventory 17,400, 84, and you can add two of them together. If you can do the adjustment of 600, then you get the mark for that. If you can't, at least by adding the 17,400 and the 84 that you saw in the question, you will get the mark allocation for that. And so on and so forth.
Okay, so in other words, okay, so
Don't
in other
add
words,
down, just add across. Don't add it going down in the exam. I'm not interested in whether you balance the account or not. Please don't ever, if you go and create suspense account in the exam, you're looking for examiner's trouble. I don't know how you did, how many minutes they give you, how many hours that they give you, that you now find time to do a suspense account. There's no mark for suspense account because I fear
lost now.
If you lost, make it lost for there. I beg, don't go and add suspense account for examiner. It will just upset the person that is marking your script. Please.
okay.
It mustn't
So in
balance.
other words, now it's the step that matters.
Only the steps. It's only
They
the
mark
method
by
they are
step.
marking. Only the steps.
Okay.
Only the steps.
Okay. Okay. So that's what I understand about accounting. So I just want to
Only
be
the
sure that
steps.
it's
Only
still
the steps. You're not in the office. You're in an exam condition. So they understand that you will not necessarily get to the end. So nobody's marking that. If they were marking it like that, that you have to balance the account, all of us will still be writing the exam up to now. Most of the people that you see that are chartered accountants, they will still be writing that exam up to today.
okay.
So depreciation of plant.
All right, man. Cheers. You're welcome.
So
We are done, Abi.
yes. So
tomorrow.
if there's any question, please ask, because we have only 3 minutes remaining. So if you have any question, please ask. Okay, yeah, and then tomorrow we have our class. So cost.
So we have
divided
lectures
by-
tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow evening by 6. You have lecture from now till after the weekend. So you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How would you pass?
Okay.
There's the time to read.
Just bombard us like saying, oh,
There's the time
God,
to read.
No, there's time now. Wake up in the morning and read.